this is my quick introduction for episode 18 of my weekly diary. It's a bit windy. In this one was mainly focused on over the summer, how I had to take a break from it as a lot of what I was doing was quite basic. It was just all rehab. So for the first week I didn't actually do anything. It was complete rest for my leg. Then it was 2 weeks worth of rehab, so I was going through different things. My hair is averting gravity, and then I was finally able to do running and different stuff like that most recently. So I ended up doing sprints to see how well my leg would handle pressure of it, and it handled it really well actually. Like, I couldn't feel it at all, which was really good. And then I had Oxford training, which all went completely smoothly, didn't feel it. So everything has been going pretty well so far, but I will keep you updated. So this video is going to be going through my rehab process for my knee, as it's my second time injuring it. First time was 3 weeks ago, and I thought it was alright and carried on training with it like normal. And then last time I did it was last Sunday. So from Sunday to Friday I've been resting and icing it, but now I can actually do the rehab. And as it's Christmas, I've got quite a bit of time before any games or anything like that, so I have time to be able to go through the full rehab process. So I hope you enjoy. So before I can even start doing my knee rehab, I have to reactivate my quad, and these are the exercises I've chosen to do it with. So first one is you start in a pike position, you raise your injured leg for 10 seconds. It needs to be about 6 inches off the floor. And then you go down, you relax it for 5 seconds, and then do that 10 times. And then you do that for 10 reps, which honestly is harder than you think it is. And then you repeat that twice. So my second exercise, you need a foam roller. In my opinion, pick one without spikes, because this thing was stabbing me. So you lift your leg, kind of like the last one, but this time you've got support. You hold it out for 10 seconds and then you relax for 5, pretty much the same as last time. And then you repeat that 10 times. So for this one, you definitely need good balance, as you bend your bad leg 45 degrees and you start moving your other leg as sweeping motion. So it's 10 sweeps slowly and then 5 seconds rest, and you repeat this 10 times. Once you've done that, you have a 30-second rest and then you repeat it. Now this one I kept nearly falling over. My fourth and final exercise is, again, balance your bad leg on 45 degrees and then imagine it as like a clock face and move your good leg 1, 3, 5 and then back to the start. You repeat this 5 times. Phase 2 out of 3 of my knee rehabilitation, and it is feeling actually a lot better. I'm able to actually do a lot more stuff than I was able to before. Hopefully next week we might be able to start doing gym and obviously other bits with it, but at the minute it's still not completely there yet. So this will be going through my second phase, so I hope you enjoy. So this is part 2 out of 3 of my rehab. So this one is just going side to side, starting with the band above my knee, and then it moves down to my ankles. And both of these are one set of 20. Definitely gets harder closer to the end, but at the start it's normally quite fine. So the next one is to be shown is with the band on the chair and me pulling my leg up as far as possible. The rest from now, including this one, are 3 sets of 10. This one is actually one of the better ones. It does get tiring quickly, but it's not too bad. While this one is the worst one. So it's just seeing how high you can get your leg. Now, I thought I was going so much lower than I actually was, so after seeing the footage I was quite happy with it. And this is the final one where you're just taking your foot and you're going across your body and then back to where you started. Second worst one, in my opinion, but I hope you enjoy. So I'm finally in the last stage of my rehab process. So in the next week I should be able to start jogging and going to the gym again. And with the time we've managed to do this in, I should be fully fit and ready for the time I go back to Oxford. So first exercise is my squats. So you stay low and you do 10, stand up, 10, stand up, 10, stand up. Then you have a break and do it all over again. This one gets hard quick. Now, the second exercise is you just have the band and you go to full extension with it. This is probably my favourite one because at the start I couldn't actually do this one. Like a few weeks ago I couldn't do it, but I can finally do it, so it was quite nice to actually be able to do it. This one absolutely sucks. It's just lunges, but left, right. That equals to 1, and you're doing 10 times 3 of those, and it takes so long to do, which is a bit annoying, but it was worth it in the end. And my final one is single leg squat. You don't go down too much, just try and keep your weight off your hand. I think I had issue with that, but 3 times 10, going down and then back up. And all of this I do twice a day now. This is part 4 of my knee rehab journey. I'm finally able to start doing conditioning and stuff like that. So this was kind of like the first test to see like what I could do and what I couldn't do. And it was 10 things in total, and I could do every single one. So I was so happy about that. Some are definitely harder than others, like the side steps were absolutely fine, while near the end I was doing quite fast running into side steps and stuff like that, which was obviously harder than anything else. But yeah, I was quite happy with how I did. It was quite funny with the ones on the video right now. It was supposed to be just cross over the front, but I couldn't do it. So I was like, for some reason that one's easiest for me to do. And jumping, I forgot how tiring that was. So doing that 6 times, so you jump there, jog back, and then you do that 6 times. And that was so tiring. But if I needed to, I was able to take breaks in between and everything like that. But yeah, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go gym and do like a full-on kind of proper gym session. It obviously won't be like 100% everything, but it'll be so much better than what it was. I think that this, the one beforehand on the video, I was still a little bit holding back because I think I was just thinking, if I like hurt my leg again, that's gonna suck. But by the end of it, I was kind of over it, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing good. It's not hurting. I can do this pretty much. So everything just went really well, and I hope you enjoy. So at Oxford we have speed testings, and we haven't done them yet this year, so I needed to make sure that my knee was able to actually handle them if I did do them soon, as I had training this week. So that's what we ended up doing. It was a whole lot of 10 metre sprints, 20 metre, starting from down, push-up position, and just pretty much going through like that. In the end, my knee was absolutely fine. I couldn't actually feel it the whole time I was doing it, which was really good. And as I haven't done skill practice in a while, I thought I might as well do that as well. So I ended up doing catches from high, kicks and bubble balls. And I must say the bubble balls was so much worse. Quick video for Monday, as I'm finally done for the day. Today wasn't actually too bad at all, except for probably the last bit, which absolutely sucked. So it was gym, because we have a new programme on uppers. Then it moved to skills, which was focused on line-outs, as we haven't done it in so long. So it was just kind of trying to get that practice back up. But it wasn't like competing against each other. It was just like chill, go up, make the call, put the ball in. Then after that, it was lunch, then a meeting. The meeting lasted about 10 minutes. It was basically just saying expectations, how it's going to be a low session, but they want high energy, and just going through like that. And then it started with the actual session, which was focused on touch games. So we did a lot of those, and handling. So it was handling at first, doing different grids, making it slowly harder. And then we went into 4 different groups and we were playing games like that. So he would call 1 and 4 and he'd be standing in the middle of the grid and then he'd point in a direction where we have to score the try. And it'd basically be whoever grabs the ball first, tries to run and then gets touched. And it's 3 phases. So that was the drill for that. And then games. So it was a bunch of touch games in total. They were mostly just regular touch games with not much like changing between them. So it was just a bit of fun. And then at the end we had conditioning, which was, it was kind of like shuttle runs. So you hit the bag. So you run like 5 meters, hit the bag, get up, run 5 meters, turn around, run 5 meters, hit the bag. And you do that for 30 seconds and then the next person will go. And I clearly have a favourite side on which side I like tackling on, because that is absolutely mental. Covered in mud. It was so cold this morning, so I'm glad it kind of mellowed out more in like mid of the day. But yeah, God, it was like, because I got up and I was like, oh my God, and I put on so many layers. But now it is really not too bad, so lucky days. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. So this week for Oxford, I ended up being in for like 2 days because I went in Tuesday night, then I had Wednesday training, which wasn't like a hard session. It was only like a come back to training type thing. So it was gym, we did skills, but it was all focused on line outs, make sure no one forgot it. But in the video for that one, I actually called it Monday because I completely forgot. Did Thursday, which was school, and ended up being alone in a classroom the whole time. It was amazing. And then we got all the warnings. All the wardens were telling us, like, if we live far, we should probably go home. And I was like, alright, so ended up going Thursday instead. So yesterday I ended up doing kin training because I have a game next week. But it, like, overall was like, alright, it was pretty good. It was so cold though. Like, my toes were going numb and absolutely everything. But I've got breakfast. My dad gave me a bag of chips, like, you haven't eaten anything, so here's something for school. And we ended up doing some sort of conditioning thing, where it was like run to a certain line and back, and you've got 30 seconds to do it. And at first I thought, yeah, it'll be fine. But like 3rd one in, I'm puking, and I was just like, oh my God. I'm like still doing it because I'm puking, and then I'm like waiting for the 30 seconds to go up, and then I'm running back and forth. But I think I only missed one in the end because it was just all coming up, and I was just like, oh my God. So yeah, that was fun. Most of it was focused on passing drills and like starting to get into pods and things like that, because I think last game we had, I think we're really struggling with those and not passing out to the wing or anywhere near that. It was just kind of like one-up rugby. So we were practicing like that, and this session was 3 hours long, so it was an absolute killer when it came to weather. And we played a few games as well, so it was like gameplay and then touch games at first, trying to get us used to it. It never went more than shoulders on and bag work, so that was good. And it was pull back passes, so you run, you get to a line, you pull it back, you move to the next line, and then it keeps going on like that. So that's kind of what we ended up doing. And then we finished with line out games, so it was line out and then like try and beat the defence kind of thing. But it was so cold that every single time I was trying, like, my throws went well for what it was, but like I was throwing it and I was just like, oh my God, my hands are so cold. They were like closing like that, where it was just so stiff they could barely move. But it was fun because then the other team were like, oh, it wasn't straight for the first one, and then just me arguing that they weren't a metre away, so there's no possible way I could have gone in the middle or would have gone straight to them, and then going a metre back and then trying to compete for the line out. So it did end up being quite fun, but I just wish it was slightly warmer because it was absolutely horrendous.